Okay. Okay.
Cindy Watanabe sees reminders of her son in nearly everything.
If I'm sad or in pain, I come out here and I lose myself in it.
Because just about 5 years ago, inside of her home, she found her 20-year-old son Tommy dead in his bed. Not knowing until 4 months later, when the toxicology report came back from the coroner's office, that it was fentanyl poisoning.
We had to deal with the shock and the change and
Hey guys, hey guys, good morning. Today we're going to be watching Los Angeles Police Chase, September 24th, 2016. Let's watch it now. Let's get into it.
Switch to breaking news in West LA. That's where there's a report of a stolen car being tracked by authorities. Jim Holcomb, our police specialist, on the line right now. And Jim, tell us exactly what is the difference between tracking and an actual pursuit?
Well, Laura, right now LAPD has gone into what they call a tracking mode.
Okay, LAPD has gone into what they call the tracking mode.
And they have the air unit.
There's air unit behind him. There's no Los Angeles units behind. There's no LAPD units behind. LAPD is in pursuit. That's been going on for about 15 minutes or so.
Last known direction here was eastbound on Olympic, just passing Beverly Glen. He's been on and off the 10 freeway and now on surface streets in the West Los Angeles area.
Have we noticed any dangerous driving, Jim?
To be honest with you, we just got on it here, and I don't believe we've racked up any traffic accidents, but I don't know before we got on the pursuit. I don't know exactly what's happened prior to that.
We have had reports that the car was driving on the wrong side of the road.
We have reports the car was driving at the wrong side of the road.
Right now it looks as if maybe driving a little faster than normal, but so
driving
far,
a little faster than normal, but it's been going on again for about 15 minutes now.
On Olympic, then that means he's probably approaching the Beverly Hills area, and this is a kind of evening, 10:43 on a warm night, when you would expect people to be out and about. So I would think that it would be more dangerous, Jim.
Absolutely, and he has at least seen him go through a couple of red lights, one at Westwood Boulevard, stale red. He went right through it. Luckily, he didn't hit
again, this has been going on for the last 10 to 15 minutes or so.
Avoid police right now. And
since
again,
the chase started, as we mentioned, we're giving coordinates to the pursuits.
Keeping an eye on that
again, this has been going on for the better part of the past 15-20 minutes or so.
4 people inside. It is believed to be a stolen car. As we watch, as traffic slows there a bit, the vehicle has stopped. It's hard to see where the light is, but now it's green, and the car is moving forward. We're still driving eastbound on Olympic, I presume.
Yeah, continuing eastbound on Olympic. Again, the air unit, of course, is still tracking that vehicle. LAPD may engage it again, depending on what the decision is of their watch commander.
When you have 4 people in a car like this, I would think that this makes it a more difficult procedure for police there who are in pursuit, tracking the vehicle at this hour. You just never know who might step out, who might possibly be armed. How exactly will they handle it from this point forward, Jim?
Well, and by the way, I just want to mention again, he has doubled back. He's now westbound, just passing through Westwood.
He's just passing through Westwood on Pico Boulevard.
Back westbound again. And again, if they have 4 people inside this car, you definitely want to try to maintain proximity because you lose control. If this guy stops or he was to get out and try and commandeer another vehicle, or go into a building, he could potentially get hostages before police could react to that. So it's kind of an iffy situation to allow him to go into this tracking mode.
This chase been going on for the better part of the past.
All right, keeping an eye on this vehicle now.
20 minutes or so.
we see...
Since the chase started again, he went off for the better part of the past 20 minutes, for the better part of the past.
And do people seem to be aware that
20 minutes,
he's being pursued? We haven't seen that many black and white, so I don't know how many cars are actually following him at this hour.
I don't see where's the vehicle. We don't know.
You can tell from the night sun, he's just passing underneath the 405 freeway right now. But the police cars are going to try to be back far enough that they're out of line sight from the suspect, which means people are not going to see the police cars or hear any sirens. So again, you just have to hope that this guy's going to slow down. Looks like he's underneath that freeway. I didn't see him come back out on the other side yet.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's doubled back. He's now eastbound on Pico from the San Diego freeway on Surface Streets back eastbound again.
Okay.
So he's reversing courses a couple of times now.
Well, he's taking another turn here.
Taking another turn.
Just going through Sepulveda here right now.
And the black and whites are now in pursuit again. So
now it looks like he's southbound turn, made a southbound
and now
turn
they're
here
in
on
the pursuit
Sepulveda.
again.
Southbound is okay. Definitely speeding up. Definitely crossing over the double lines a couple of times since we first started watching this vehicle.
Yeah, no, look at him increase his speed here right now. It looks like he's, Bruce can maybe help me on this. Yeah, he just turned his lights back on. His lights were off there for a second.
What would you estimate his speed to be?
I'm just going to throw an estimate out and say he's doing about 50 there, because that's a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and he's booking along pretty good. Coming up now on, looks like he's going to be approaching National Boulevard southbound, still southbound on Westwood.
And changing course again, making a left-hand turn. We believe that was off of Sepulveda, so...
Yeah, he's now on National Boulevard, again, eastbound from Sepulveda on National.
So often what we see in these instances, too, the driver knows these streets. That's why they tend to go in circles, just an area that they're familiar with, the side streets, the surface streets, the freeways. He's moving along at a good clip, though.
Yeah, one thing you have to remember is that the danger of these pursuits are significantly ratcheted up when they're on surface streets, because you've got all this cross-traffic, Laura. You got people that are out walking around, maybe walking through intersections, and it's much more dangerous than on a freeway.
Oh my God, dangerous!
That wasn't what you would call a safe turn.
Yeah, look at this. See, now he made that right turn. Now he's southbound. Looks possibly on Westwood. Yeah, passing over the freeway now, southbound on Westwood.
And if this initial call is correct that this is a stolen vehicle, obviously, just in the commission of what took place at the beginning of this, already has charges against him. So I would think that the adrenaline would be pumping at a high rate.
Yeah, he's definitely he's got to be
going through red light. Yeah, red light into that very busy intersection. Fortunately, people stopped. He continued through.
Okay, now he's blacked out again. You know, he's turning his lights off again, indicating that he's definitely trying to evade them. He's hoping he can probably get far enough away where they're not going to see him. That's not going to be the case now with the helicopter.
20 to 25 minutes or so.
Again, but again, they have not gotten the
go-ahead
to do that.
Wow, that is so scary to watch.
Started, and the chase continues.
No headlights,
imagine if you can see, imagine. Chase started around 5 or 10 minutes ago.
In some respects, he's benefiting from that night sun, because on some of these streets that are dark enough, it's the night sun that's giving him a little path of light. He really has so little time, though, to respond. If you're driving on a surface street, you have no idea what's coming at you, and he's coming so precariously close to these cars right there. Okay,
oh my God, hitting the brakes, he almost
through another red light, making a left turn.
Yeah, look at him right there. Okay, almost colliding with some there in that intersection.
Almost colliding.
And again, now he's making a left turn, so he's going to be going northbound. I'm not sure exactly what street he's on right now. He's made so many changes.
Going northbound.
It's hard for us to see. Is this residential or is this still business area?
Still business area. Still residential.
I believe he's on Motor now. Northbound on Motor, should be passing underneath the freeway here in just a second.
He's going in circles or squares, as the case may be. Going underneath the freeway.
Okay, now he's
lights back on again going through an intersection, red light, very scary.
Yeah, and you know, if you ever are in the area of one of these pursuits and you see one coming up behind you, the best thing to do is just slow down slightly and just inch over to the right. Don't make any abrupt moves, just in case law enforcement is following right behind them. If you might accidentally pull in front of them while they're trying to pursue this car.
They're dealing with.
Jim, is this still considered not to be a full pursuit?
Well, no, it is. They're in the tracking mode. But it is definitely a pursuit. They've already announced that it was a pursuit, so they can't really abandon that. Now they're just trying to manage this pursuit as best they can and see if they can, do what they can to reduce the risk of this.
All right, if you're familiar with this area, we're hearing that this car has gone westbound on Pico, eastbound on Pico, Sepulveda, Overland, eastbound on National, and has just gone round and round and round. The car likes to go under the freeway. At one point, it seemed as if the vehicle had stopped under the freeway, perhaps in the hope that it would lose the helicopter overhead. That was not the case, especially now that there are law enforcement cars behind trying to catch up with this vehicle. Now we're being told that it's northbound on Centinela.
So, Jim, at this point, would they be trying to communicate with the person driving this vehicle?
If they can, but it's a stolen vehicle. It's unlikely that they're going to know who's in there, that they could contact them with on a cell phone. And again, we're getting reports that there were 4 people inside. That's not 100% confirmed. That's the information that's being shared with law enforcement right now. So this is really pretty much their game at this point. And all law enforcement can do is really keep that night sun on them, try to let people know that this car is coming, that something's coming their way, and hopefully bring it to a conclusion at some point.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous would you say it is?
I'm sorry, say it again. We were covered by some radios here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous would you consider it to be?
I put it at about a 7 right now. He hasn't really done a lot of real egregious moves. He's passing on the right. He hasn't. It's just really. It's up there. If he gets back on the freeway, the risk goes down slightly.
Northbound Centinela coming up to Santa Monica Airport. Now, how does that affect things? Because there's air traffic, perhaps, to consider, although it is fairly late.
Luckily, the airport shuts down at 9 o'clock and goes to a Class G.
Eastbound National?
Yeah, he's just passing just northbound on the east side of Santa Monica Airport, northbound.
Okay.
So luckily, that the airport closes down for control tower shuts down at 9.
Sure. Yeah.
But
now it looks like he's back eastbound again.
Eastbound National is what I'm being told.
Yeah, eastbound National from Bundy.
It always seems these type of incidents happen when it's warm outside, and it's almost like a summer night tonight. A lot of folks out and about driving or even walking at almost 11 o'clock at night. So what do you think that their strategy, the best strategy they could employ right now, Jim?
Their hands are really tied. I mean, they can't really do a spike strip because he's not consistently going down streets.
Really do a spike
he's going to be approaching.
They can't really do a spike strip.
Barrington
or do a pit maneuver.
And
let's see, we do a spike strip.
again,
okay,
he's just
they
not
can't
really
do
in a tight pattern.
But
I would say that there's a good possibility he's probably looking for a place to dump this vehicle somewhere in the West LA area.
Right, not a tight pattern, but for those of you who know this area, it borders Culver City, borders Santa Monica, Westwood, West LA. There was even a little bit in the Beverly Hills area. Now we're being told southbound Inglewood, so getting away from the West LA Santa Monica area, heading more towards the airport, LAX.
Well,
now making another right-hand turn.
Yeah, he's not really quite down there. He's going to be coming up on Venice Boulevard here, so he's quite a ways from LAX. Now it looks like he's westbound here on Venice, I believe, westbound Venice.
Coming up to the Palms area.
Yeah, he's been all through the Palms area. Now, if he starts going southbound, he'll be heading toward LAX. That looks like that, and here he goes, southbound now on, I believe it is Grandview. I believe it's Grandview.
Grandview, not on Venice. Has left the Venice area, or Venice Boulevard?
Yeah.
Okay. No longer westbound on Venice.
But this looks to be more residential, is it?
A little bit more residential, but it's kind of a business area there.
Another right-hand turn.
Yeah. Again, all these streets are lined with apartment buildings. Now he's again westbound here. It looks like on Venice Boulevard, or is it Washington? Probably no, it's Washington. Westbound Washington.
But if you're just joining us right now, this is a blue Toyota Corolla. We believe there are 4 people inside. A stolen car. Authorities have been following it now for some time. The LAPD in pursuit. And Susan, we've been watching as he's been very close to other vehicles, going right through red lights.
Through red lights. Narrowly missing a number of cars. The good news is has not hit a one car. We're keeping an eye both on this car and also the time, frankly, because we are going to have to sign off this particular 10 o'clock newscast. Westbound on Washington Boulevard and going at a higher rate of speed than what we saw earlier.
At one point, they were just tracking the vehicle, but now we're calling it a pursuit again, simply because they couldn't get him to stop. So the theory right now is that they have to keep a tight rein on the situation.
And just a little historical note here. The tracking mode has traditionally not been successful. These guys don't slow down from my experience, and I've seen a lot of these pursuits. I just don't see very many of them slow down. As a matter of fact, this is a perfect example where this guy's keeping at least his speed, if not faster, than when they were in pursuit of him.
And crossing over the center divider there.
Yeah. Now
it's so scary to watch this, but...
Unbelievable. Look at him. Now he's on the wrong side of the roadway southbound. Oh, my God.
Truly amazing he hasn't hit another vehicle. It's run through so many red lights, but so far, no one's been hurt.
Not yet, but, every intersection he goes through is another opportunity for him to take the life of some innocent person or their family, and this is something you have to remember on all these pursuits. They're extremely dangerous.
Going through that intersection once again and causing a lot of worries for law enforcement. That is it for us tonight. We're going to keep an eye on this, but we are going to have to say goodnight. Hell's Kitchen coming up next.
Okay, well, we're now close to Culver City. This guy's going so fast, he's going through cities like nothing.
And this chase has been going on for the better part of the past 10-20 minutes or so. And this chase got underway at about 25 to 30 minutes ago, or I should say, or maybe 20 to 30 minutes ago. It got underway at about 20 to 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, 20 to 30 minutes ago. So, let's listen now. Before we wrap this up, I want to give a quick thanks to our shout out, everyone. So, thanks for watching. Check out this video. Pops up here.
Coming into Santa Monica now. Santa Monica.
And I'll see you guys in the next video later on today after school. So I will upload 1 police chase video, 2 police chase videos, 3 police chase videos, 4 police chase videos, 5 police chase videos, and 6 police chase, or 5 or 6 police chase videos like that tomorrow. So bye guys, and leave you this morning with a police chase video reaction. Bye guys.
Northbound Eaglewood through Beverly and then